Hi, and welcome to Al's Guitars. Tonight we're going to do a short take on a 1966 Goya G-10 classic. I'm also going to have some very important information for anyone who is into vintage guitars. A few little tips that will really come in handy for you. So let's get right into it. No, do not adjust your set. This is a guitar in a plastic bag, and the reason that I'm showing it to you tonight in a plastic bag is because this is in theory the plastic bag that it came in 1966. This is unverified, but it is the story that was told to me by the person that I bought it from. Now, never mind that he had a raincoat. When he opened it up, it was full of guitars, but seemed like a very trustworthy individual. He said that he had the guitar for many, many years, right from the beginning, and that he always kept the bag in the bottom of the case. I tend to believe this a little bit, not because the guitar is flawless, but it's more of a color thing. On the camera, I don't know if it really comes through to the same extent that it does here, but these Goyas have a particular tone to them, and this one is one of the yellowest, freshest looking spruce tops that I've ever seen for a guitar that's this age, one of these models, and I've seen an awful lot of these. And speaking of this model, so you have an idea of what we have here. The G10 was just the introductory model for Goya, and it was probably an $89.99, $99.99 guitar back then, but I would say without any reservation that if you were buying a guitar today of this quality, you would probably have to spend about $700 minimum, probably more than that. I'm probably being generous. And why would that be, you say? Well, this is a petite body classic. It's a 14-inch width. It is 3 3/4 inch deep. All woods are solid, so it's a solid elf spruce top, rosewood, actually a Brazilian rosewood bridge, Brazilian rosewood fretboard, has a mahogany neck, and it is, as I said, a very basic model. The back is not even bound, whereas the front is. I don't know if that's because, I guess it's the more visible part, but what they did here was cut corners where they could. But the amazing part of what they didn't cut corners on in this guitar is the neck. This neck is actually a one-piece neck. If you're familiar, most are three-piece necks, sometimes even more than that. But this is one giant, thick piece of mahogany. So this entire heel and the angle of the headstock, the grain runs straight and true all the way through. Goya used nothing but one-piece necks. I believe in today's world, you would have to buy a Martin D-18 as your first stop where you would get a one-piece neck on a guitar. Anyway, it's a really delightful instrument. And I don't know if you're into nylon strings, but this is a well-voiced one. Really interesting guitar. It's a very lightweight guitar. Put it on the scale and it came in at 3 pounds 4 ounces, which is on the lighter side. It feels solid. It's got you can tell there's some girth to it, but it is still relatively lightweight. On the sound pressure meter, it rang in 84 decibels at 1 meter, which is, for its size, that's a fairly healthy amount of sound. And since I've been doing this, sound pressure levels on all of these videos, so you know that there is some type of control element to this. These are all, if they're nylons, they're all being performed on normal tension D'Addario strings, light gauge D'Addario phosphor bronze if it's a steel. So all the instruments will be wearing the same strings, so they have the same opportunity to perform. Anyway, very interesting guitar. It is a spruce top, as I mentioned. It's a solid birch back and sides, all gloss, which when you get to the lower end, a lot of times you have satin finishes, but these were all gloss. Now, I wanted to, right now, interject to you the tip of the night. The tip of the night was, this guitar came, I should say, in its original Goya cardboard case, in excellent condition. And it has the little Goya sticker to prove that that is what it is. But what I wanted to talk to you about is, a lot of times, whether you're going to a guitar show or somebody's house and you're buying a vintage instrument and they say it comes with a case, This case, even though it's in great shape, is the reason for the only few marks that are on that guitar. If you open up any of these cases, you will see that the hinges and the clasps, and include also the handles, they are really just, I don't know if you'd call it a carpentry tack. It is just tacked on right through the cardboard, and on the inside, a thin piece of felt liner is in here, and then they usually have like little stick felt patches that they put over where those go. Those are just glued on, peel and stick glue. They fall off, and if they don't fall off, the rivets wear their way through there. This guitar, that plastic bag was inside the case in the back when I got it. It has a few scratches right in this area in the back. And that is because if you were here in the studio, you would be able to feel that those rivets have come through, and they're pointed on the end, and they do no end of damage to your guitar. If you are picking up a vintage instrument, consider picking up a modern case for it as well. Anyway, and if you get nothing else out of this, get that. It will save you in the long run. Let's see what other things were on here. It's a 3 3/4 inch depth and a 2-inch nut. If you are a steel string player generally, this is the guitar you want to have. Recently I mentioned that the Guild that we just looked at had a very slender and fast neck. Nothing compares to the Goya. The Goya's neck is absolutely the lowest profile. It's 2 inches. Even the smallest of hands can get around this neck, and it is really, it doesn't matter where you play it. It's very easy to fret. I mean, it's just easy to bar, just easy. These are great beginner guitars, and like I said, for all the reasons that I already mentioned, the quality is there. These are just wonderful guitars. If you can pick one up, it's a wonderful thing to do. Anyway, that's about all I have to say on this guitar tonight. Just wanted to let you know tonight's Powerball numbers: 28, 35, 41, 47, 60, and the Powerball was number 3. That's the drawing for December 2nd. Thank you for joining us tonight on the channel, and we hope to see you again.